Sticking to one drop spot is typically the best idea for consistent games. In this video, I'll be doing the exact opposite. I'll be landing at 100 different places and hopefully ranking up. I landed at all named locations twice as they're big areas. Also, I began the challenge at Gold 1 as that is where I was last season. Now, grab your popcorn and enjoy the video. For the first game, I landed at Brawler's Battleground and landed on a blue pump shotgun. A good omen for the rest of the challenge, I hoped. My first fight started off well and then became extremely messy to say the least, but I won it nonetheless. My next fight was just as messy, but I won that one too. And then I got sniped by a third party. And so it begins. For game 2 I landed at Mount Olympus, the next named place up from the last one. I had some pretty basic loot when it came to the first fight, but I clearly haven't grasped that a left hand peek is a bad idea, but ultimately none of that mattered because they ran away. I found them, but then got jumped by a third party, who got destroyed. The rest of this game went quite well, my loadout kept getting better, and I sniped this guy through a bush. Then, the guy that I'd been sniping at for the last 5 minutes killed me. Having almost won the previous game, I was a bit more confident for game 3, and landed at Peter Griffin's former gaff. I bought a gun, hired my first NPC of the challenge, who would prove to be absolutely useless when I died to young Harry Bow. I landed at Fencing Fields next and got some pretty nice loot, but then got ambushed by a rabbit. This game did however get me into Gold 3. For game 5 I landed at Pleasant Park, Pleasant Piazza. This place isn't usually very good, but I left with a half decent loadout. Then I got duped by a banana who ended up eliminating me. Determined to make it into Platinum, I put on John Wick and landed at Reckless Railways. I won the first fight and gained a gold DMR, which I'm a big fan of. I hit a few shots with it, somehow won this fight, and then somehow lost this one. In game 7, I landed at Restored Reels, realised how bad it is, and messed about with this emote. By this point in the game, I had good guns, both the Cerberus and the Zeus medallion, and still managed to lose this fight. Game 8, I landed at Grim Gate, feeling irate, and realised that I don't enjoy fighting people here, for reasons such as these. I landed at Grand Glacier next, which may not be a good place to land anymore, but at least there's some calming background music there. This kill was extremely satisfying, as this player had been running away from me every single time I ran into them. I was struggling at the end of this game with no healing items, and it was this decision here that cost me the win. I have no excuse, that was really dumb. Hey, Platinum 2! Landing at Lavish Lair this game, I thought I'd get some decent placement points because of how big the POI is, but then this happened. Yeah, not what you want when you're already a tenth of the way through the challenge. The Underworld was next, and I almost lost this fight somehow. I soon realised that this place is just everything bad about Grim Gate but on a larger scale, and placed 63rd. In game 12 I landed at the deadest POI in the game. I did manage to find this rare chest though, so I came out of here with surprisingly good loot. Picking up a slightly sketchy elimination on the way out. After beaming someone and pillaging their corpse for goodies, I got sniped at and had no idea who shot me for a while. That mystery was soon solved as I found someone killing Cerberus and decided to finish the job. Then I got shot at by this dweeb and put him in his place. I eliminated someone who had even more amazing loot later on, and got to enjoy this stuff for a grand total of 13 seconds before I was removed from the game. That one really hurt, but it did get me into Platinum 3, so there is that. The final named location I hadn't landed at was Classy Courts, and I almost got third-partied in the first fight, but managed to escape. I got third-partied while collecting the Hades medallion, but lived to tell the tale. This was the most intense endgame yet, and my heart was beating faster than it had while playing this game for a long time. But then, finally, I managed to clutch the win with 13 kills on game 13. Which didn't quite get me into Diamond, by the way, and I felt kind of robbed. For the next 13 games, I landed at every named location again, but in a different part of each place. First of these was Snooty Steps. I made it out alive, but then this happened. Yep, I should have been quicker with the Porta Bunker. In game 15, I went back to Brawler's Battleground and immediately got shot at. They disappeared, but I did find the ideal rare chest loot. I panicked a lot during the first fight, as you can tell. What are the odds of this, though? Pleasant Piazza was next, and I found pretty mid-tier loot, but quite enjoyed how easy this kill was. I was feeling pretty confident this game, and I hope this would be the second win of the challenge. I feel like this snipe should just be in the video. My loadout was perfect, I was killing campers left and right, but my soul left my body every time I got an elimination. Then things just went wrong very fast. I landed fenced-in fields for game 17, and this gold sniper filled me with hope. Would it carry me to victory? Would I headshot every single player that stood in my way? The moral of the story is to never be too confident. With that, I landed in the most populated town on the map. Zeus is an absolute nightmare to fight in ranked, but I managed to do it and got the medallion and mythic DMR. This didn't matter though, and I died once again. At this point I was very close to Diamond 2, and I landed at the Underworld. After another ordeal with a boss fight, I searched for whoever had the Cerberus mythic. They of course ran away, so I gave up on that. I then eliminated someone who had Midas's drum gun, which I had no idea was even in the game at that point. I was then chased for a while by the guy that ran away from me earlier. A fifth of the way through the challenge and I've made it to Diamond 2, which I was quite happy about because there were plenty of games left. I landed at Grim Gate feeling great and got a quick elimination. I tried to fight Cerberus and quickly regretted my choice. In game 21, I landed at Restored Reels and remembered that I hate this place. Next I landed at Reckless Railways, this time landing at the station. It tabbed me out of the NPC menu because of this stupid bug they haven't fixed yet. I ran away from him for a while and found a gold sniper and a rare chest. This fight was extremely easy, which I appreciated very much. I then ran into Mr. Wick and learned a valuable lesson. Never overestimate my own ability to aim. In game 23, I completely messed up my drop to land at Lavish Lair and had to slide a bit. I never knew this ledge existed, and I hate that I died in this way. I somehow didn't mess up my drop for Grand Glacier, despite it being quite away from the battle bus. I got beamed by someone hiding, and that was it for yet another game. In game 25, I landed back at my favourite of the named locations, Classy Courts. I thought I was dead here, but somehow I managed to win. This clip kind of speaks for itself. Landing at Rebel's Roost, I realised that this was my last game landing at a named location before I had to start exploring the wilderness. And I didn't even make it to top 25. In case you're curious, this is what my map was looking like after the first 26 games had been played. My first non-named POI was Research Rock, a small area on the edge of the map with a surprising amount of chests. It's just a shame I didn't get to open many of them. In game 28, I landed at this little cave, which may not look like much, but it actually may be the coolest small POI in Fortnite. Later on, I forgot that fighting bosses is a very bad idea in ranked, and I died to yet another superhero skin. In this game I landed at Unmoored Manor, a place only significant for the fact that it has a vault. After I looted the house, someone appeared in front of me, robbing me of everything I'd spent the last 5 minutes collecting. In game 30, I landed at this extremely lonely lump of land. It had a bowling alley on it, but not much else. A few easy fights later, I decided to miss the most important shot of the game. In game 31, I landed at this oil rig, another one of my favourite non-named POIs. This is why I absolutely hate fighting in these big bushes. In this game, I landed at the other coastal mansion and died off spawn. My rank was protected, but my dignity was not. In game 33, I landed at Summit Temple. Also, from this point onwards, the Avatar mythics were in the game, and I hated these things so much. I really didn't expect to lose this fight, but I still did, of course. After using a classic emote, I landed at this unnamed area. I frisbeed some fire, realised I hated it, and then messed with some more Avatar stuff. I then got jumped on and died quicker than you can say shockwave grenade. I messed up my drop for Sandy Strip, a small airbase on the beach. I got caught in a tough spot, and at this point I knew this would be another quick exit. I was saved, but for how long? Yeah, about 10 seconds. In game 36, I landed at this area which really didn't have much. I made this mistake yet again, but made it out of the underworld with this medallion this time. I later got shockwaved onto out of nowhere and missed too many shots. One rank away from the beginning of the end, I landed at this broken Olympus house. I then got absolutely destroyed by the water mythic, and that was the end of this game. For this game, I landed at Coastal Comms, a radio station on top of a mountain. I was quite proud of this kill. I'd done so well so far, but of course, another superhero skin had to ruin my day. In game 39, I landed at this little area on the beach. I soon got third-partied after a fight and died. Despite yearning for a break from this hell, I landed at the central petrol station next. I robbed someone's Cerberus items, and this helped me massively. For game 41, I landed at this vault in the forest. It wasn't looking good already, but I somehow managed to survive. Then, this happened. I was sick and tired of dying to superhero skins already, and I wasn't even halfway through the challenge. I landed at Cliffside Lodge this game. It's a miracle I survived this, because this crosshair bug threw me off.
What is that?
Despite all of this, I managed to win the fight, and finally won against a superhero skin. I was panicking by this point, as you can tell, but I wondered if I could actually win this. And there it was, my first win in ranked in a long time. I'd finally made it to Elite. In game 43, I was still feeling accomplished from the last game, landed at this mansion. However, I was soon back to my old ways, dying off spawn. In game 44, I landed at this beach, and there was absolutely nothing here. Unfortunately, I am truly awful at fighting around shield bubbles, so I lost this fight. I immediately got shot at while landing at the Heart Island. I later got third-partied by, you guessed it, a superhero skin. In game 46, I landed at Lil Villa, and got an elimination off spawn, which was nice. The end game was quite intense, but my pretty much perfect loadout filled me with hope once again, and I managed to win another game. Even though I won, I only got 20% of the rank, which is an absolute scam. In this game, I landed at this little area near the underworld. Then this guy shot me in the back. And how did he get to me that fast? Putting the last game behind me, I landed at this chill beach area. I made way too much noise fighting Cerberus, and then a superhero skin fell out of the sky. I ran for my life, but it didn't matter, the superhero skins will always win. Next I landed at this little cabin in the woods. Don't land here, there is no loot. For game 50, I landed at these ruins here, but messed up my drop a bit. This game was going really well until this point here. I managed to get away, but then Ang found me. This game got me the same progress as the win 4 games ago, which was nice. Now halfway through the challenge, I landed at this fishing area. I honestly played this fight really poorly. I then had to sit in a 10-minute queue to get into the next game. As if that wasn't painful enough. Next up was this lonely shack in the middle of nowhere. I visited the coral bodies, which was nice. I shot into a bush, and then Karma shot me back. My next drop spot was a rock. Yep, that's it. Thought I'd be safe fighting Hades in the storm, but superhero skin! Next I landed on top of the tunnel in this house. I had a decent fight in the tunnel. And then this made me so angry, I stopped playing for a while. After listening to some bangers, I was back on the grind. I messed up my drop for this house, and unfortunately my aim wasn't back on the grind either. Next I landed at this petrol station and found the llama. And then I lost it all. In game 57, I landed at the better petrol station. I saw the bunker was open, got a bit nosy, and was punished very quickly. Next I landed at the disco lumberyard. I soon died because the other player wasn't where I thought they'd be. Then I landed at this island between restored reels and the underworld. Soon after, I got pushed by 2 people at once and almost killed them both, but it wasn't enough. In game 60, I landed on top of the wind turbines, which have decent loot when the chests spawn. After getting some pretty nice loot, I went back to my favourite hole in the wall. I'd somehow reached top 11 without finding anyone, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I tried to heal up after a fight, but the Flowberry Fizz is a beacon, and I was annoyed that I lost this fight. With the new Battle Pass skin unlocked, I landed at the old mill this game. I killed an AFK player, which was nice. I found this little hidey hole in the station, and gave this player a heart attack. The endgame was quite intense in this one. Unfortunately, this player decided to get us both killed. In this game I landed in this building and there was no loot whatsoever. I pillaged the Amazon warehouse and then this happened. In game 63, I landed on this island, which only had one chest. Later on, I tried to do something clever, but failed spectacularly. In game 64, I landed at this dead location and died soon after. Next, I landed at this train station and destroyed this cloud with my great loot. I don't understand how I lost this fight though. Then I paid this dock a visit, which was a mistake. I died soon after. My landing spot for this game got removed a few days into recording, so I just landed nearby. The loot this game was amazing, so the hope for a win had returned. After being taunted by this stupid mythic for 10 minutes straight, I found this ugly thing and had absolutely no chance of winning. Next I landed at the other windmill. I didn't find much there and found no ARs until the supply drop. I then died to a very fair and balanced item. For game 69, I landed at this awful island. There was literally nothing there. I left that awful area, got a couple of eliminations, and quickly killed Cerberus. Then this bizarre moment happened. I then missed a shotgun shot which got me killed. Next I landed at the island in the top right of the map. I didn't see anyone until this happened. I can't believe I missed this many shots and still killed them. After aiming for the window of the windmill, I realised I couldn't climb in, which was not good. I got shot at immediately and there wasn't much I could have done to save this one. Slowly losing my rank and my sanity, I landed in this house near the farm. Someone then came out of nowhere and took more points from me. In game 73, I landed in this tunnel. Wow, a grey pistol! This would be a great game. After I'd survived for a while, Fishstick pulled up in a car. Another close fight, but another bad game. My next drop spot was this island near Classy Courts. I thought the oil rig was chill until I got shot from the wind turbines. I somehow choked this fight too. For game 75, I landed at Rescue Station. I was starting to really get sick of superhero skins and 5-minute queues. However, I was 3/4 of the way through the challenge and I couldn't give up now. I thought it'd be okay to fight this player, but I got third-partied as usual, and they ended up eliminating me. I landed at the other train station in this game. I wasn't a huge fan of how disadvantaged I felt in the endgame, but only time would tell. I was now stuck on the low ground with nothing but Poseidon to protect me. This outcome was inevitable. I was aiming to land on the beach this game, but I messed up my drop, so I kind of cheated. I did end up going down to the beach, and this is what I got. After getting some upgrades, I spotted the final piece, a gold sniper. I later dropped it for the mythic DMR though. After defending the hill, I thought things were going well. But then the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen decided to happen. All of that for 1%. Hoping Hades would bring me some luck, I landed on this beach. There was nothing here. I gambled a bunch of gold and ended up with some decent loot. Headed into Grand Glacier and bought a sniper. Later, I tried to camp one of the bunkers, but this accomplished nothing. I made it to top 7, And this is where things started getting scary. I'm still annoyed I didn't get this kill. Then, I finally managed it. I may not have won the game, but it did get me close to the next rank. For this game, I landed at this place near Reckless Railways. After hitting 3 separate people for 200 damage, I finally got a kill. And then this happened. Next, I landed on this reboot van, which was all this island had. I had no hope of winning this fight. Still within 10% of the next rank, I landed on the outskirts of fencing fields. I don't know how I won this. I finally made it to the end game. Felt like I deserved to win this one. But this is ranked, and it does not care what you think you deserve. I finally made it to champion though. In game 82, I landed at Coastal Columns, got a quick elimination, and then got quickly eliminated. Gotta love when your shotgun doesn't shoot. The next place I landed was this beach, and it had nothing, so I skedaddled. Once again I ran into someone here, and I knew I was dead before I even hit the water. My graphics didn't load in for a while this game, so that was lovely. My PC finally woke up, and then this chaos happened. It was a messy fight, but people don't usually fall from the sky. Then the third party arrived, and I killed them. Then this happened. In game 85, I landed at this house. This was recorded on a new day to the last game, and I should have warmed up, because this was painful. Next I made the long descent to this train station. Someone beat me to it, so I landed in the tunnel instead. The loadout was looking good this game, but my aim was still questionable. And I ended up being eliminated. In this game, I landed at the junkyard and found a bunch of scraps! After finally figuring out where I was being shot from, I beamed them, but I couldn't finish them off. I thought it'd be safe fighting Zeus deep in the storm, but yet again, I am mistaken. Somehow I survived that encounter though. After a string of good luck, things had to go wrong, and that is exactly what happened. My kill was stolen, and I soon died as well. For game 88, I landed at Lovely Lodge. I had a good look around until I began claiming the radar tower, and somehow I still got shot at by another player. I had still learnt nothing from fighting NPCs in previous games, so this same thing happened again. In game 89, I landed at the northern train station. Wait, what happened to my overshield? I just about won this fight, and then I had a very close call. Later, I ran into this player who chased me for 2 minutes straight. Until he finally eliminated me. I decided to mourn my hopes of reaching Unreal at the cemetery.
The cemetery.
A graveyard.
I found this player behind a rock and almost killed them when someone else appeared out of thin air. And of course they went for me first. 6-minute queue, yay! After finally getting into a game, I landed at this house in the Olympus biome. I soon found this player, who seemed to love hiding behind a third party. I eventually gave up on that and ran away. This player was persistent, however, and followed me for a while. I was quite happy I survived this fight with this overly confident player. And this snipe. I got caught between two players, but I somehow lived. Then things got intense. Someone flew over my head, and I began to panic. Unfortunately, I couldn't win this one, and this is an update on my rank. There weren't many drop spots left, so I knew I had to make this count. Apparently, this player knew that too. My next drop spot was this lake near the glacier. I got some free shockwaves, beamed someone, and then someone gifted me some goodies. Another good beam. I was feeling good this game. This game was ending in the woods, and I realised there wasn't much cover. Another kill! Surely this was a win. That missed snipe cost me the win. Another 12% closer to the goal. With 6 games left, I landed at Reclaimed Villa. Then it was this move here that got me killed. The 13 health banana. Next I landed at the Box Factory, one of my favourite non-named places.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the?
I definitely shouldn't have taken this fight. After becoming the very thing that made me want to uninstall the game, I landed at this house near the beach. The loot in there actually wasn't too bad. I didn't realise this vault had a back section, and that almost got me killed. I didn't get very far before someone seemingly appeared in front of me, and I wish I'd hit that sniper shot. In game 97, I landed at this radar tower. I made my way back to this house, bought a DMR, and continued to improve my loadout. I found someone lurking in the woods and dipped. I killed him and then got shot at again. I thought this player hadn't seen me, but I was proven wrong very fast. Oh yes, and I got sniped mid-fight by this player on the mountain! My next drop spot was this bridge, and there was nothing there. I revisited this building, and got some decent loot. After avoiding the players for most of the game, I'd made it to top 7. I then got the same fate as just 2 games ago. For the penultimate game, I landed at Pantheon Path. I accidentally shot an NPC, but managed to get a kill before this happened. I ran for my life, and got this kill next to Brawler's Battleground. I got interrupted fighting Ares multiple times, but got there in the end. I knew that this gun would be critical for me winning this game. Another easy kill. I thought I was dead here. I did not give up, and I eventually eliminated him. Remember Ares Warforged AR? This is why I got it. I was chilling here until this caterpillar looking idiot appeared, but it was another easy kill. Finally, a 1v1 that felt winnable. I jumped to the other porta bunker and saw the victory ahead. It was now or never. Finally, I had won a game in champion rank. This was my reaction. Yeah! Come on! All of that for 14%, but I felt like I'd accomplished so much. Game 100, and I saved the island in the middle of the map to last. I bought a blue shotgun and headed out. I somehow won this fight, and then got lasered. A very fitting way to end the challenge. Thank you so much for watching. This was my final rank. Subscribe! My next drop spot was kinda late,